Yep. Alright. We're gonna be doing our build update again for this time it's patch 13.4. But yeah, still a challenger at the moment, which is pretty nice. With these builds I've been running, so we're gonna get right into it. First we're gonna go straight into the runes. Runes still haven't changed much, it's still just Conquer with Triumph and then Alacrity or Tenacity depending on how much CC they have. And Last Stand. And then I've been running Sorcery most games, still secondary for Transcendence Gathering. The other page you can run though is the Resolve one with Demolish, and then you can either go like Second Wind or even Unflinching if they have a ton of CC, but I recommend always running Demolish if you're running the Resolve tree. But yeah, not too much has changed for runes still, it's still basically the same thing. Now moving on to items. For items, I have actually been starting to run D-Shield a little bit. It did get nerfed this patch, but I still think it's good into like poke lanes, so into like range matchups I definitely think D-Shield's probably the way to go right now. And then you just run D-Blade in the most like melee or bruiser matchups. Pretty good. Some people do like running Longsword 3-pot or Longsword Refill. You can run that as well as your starting item, but it is very greedy, so depends on how greedy you want to be. But moving on to the actual builds, I'm still running the crit build personally as my main build right now. A lot of people have been like asking me if this is like a troll build, and I mean I've been running it in Challenger now for like a month and a bit, and I'm still consistently like doing well. So I still personally think the crit build's the best build to carry with right now. Obviously it takes a while to scale, but it's very strong with going Ravenous Rush into Eclipse. You can go Prowler sometimes as well, but I definitely think Eclipse is the more consistent out of the two. So yeah, I'll usually go Ravenous Eclipse, and then I'll go into Mortal Navoria. There are some games where you can like switch out Mortal for something else, like maybe even like an Essencer if you really wanted to, if they're like very squishy and aren't building any armor, but I usually just prioritize having the percent ton, so that's usually what my core 4 items are with this build. And then last item just depends. If they have a lot of AP damage, you can either go like a Force of Nature or a Maw. If they have a lot of AD, you can go Randuin's GA. You can also go like a Serpents if they have a lot of shielding, if you really wanted to as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This 4 item core, and then yeah, last item is very situational. But for a more like easier playstyle build that I've tested out, this is like the build to go, I'd say, for like more like beginner or just players that like Bruiser playstyle more, or you can actually rush Cleaver first if you really wanted to. I still think rushing Ravenous is just the best item right now, so I usually always just say to go Ravenous first. Then I still think Eclipse is probably the best second item just because they pair up really well together. It's a lot of burst, but you could obviously sub in the Cleaver before the Eclipse, but I'd say this could be a pretty solid 3-core item. You want to be beefier with Ravenous Eclipse Cleaver. Then afterwards, you can just go into like, yeah, your standard like Maw. You can even go Grudge if you want even more burst, or yeah, you just go GA, Randuin, Serpents. Any of those items can work out. But yeah, I'd say the core 3 items would be these 3 if you wanted to get a little bit more beefy. Cleaver, because Cleaver is a really solid item for sure. Like I definitely think the Bruiser build's still fine. I just personally prefer going like the higher damage build because it is a riskier playstyle, but it's more rewarding in my opinion for like 1v9 games. But yeah, I'd say these are the 2 main builds you should be looking into right now. I know a lot of people have been liking Stride recently because they've been bringing it out in like LEC. I also tried it for a video. I personally still don't think the item's that worth it to run, especially like in solo queue. I think it's better to run Eclipse to have more carry potential, but I mean, if you really wanted to, you could, I guess, with this Bruiser build, swap it out for like a Gore or Stride, but I just personally think Eclipse is just a Mythic right now for Kled. But yeah, but that's pretty much it though for builds and stuff, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and it was a helpful video. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next video. Oh, boys.